Welcome to San Antonio, Texas, the Alamo City, today at the Alamo Dome, as we have a couple of squads here ready to square off in the Valero Alamo Bowl. Bowl games are not only a reward for how you played in the regular season, but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the UCLA Bruins, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Horned Frogs offense will get the first swing of the game. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws, the whole playbook available, and he is a dude.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building, is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up. You get the extra practices mentally, and from a confidence standpoint, you turn the page. I can remember back to my true freshman year, we were getting ready to play Penn State. We had a lot of NFL talent in my freshman class, and everybody just seemed to grow a foot taller. They were playing with a different intensity level that really paid off for us the next year.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. Caught in the backfield, it's Cook. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. I get it that the game is the primary thing about going to a bowl, but there are so many festivities surrounding it. Jesse, what do you remember about something you experienced?
There was a lot of pageantry when I think back to the bowl games I played in, and you have functions, you get to visit a brand new city, generally in warm weather, you get to meet the other team, there's some friendly competition.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires toward the end zone. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And the Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bruins offense has its first opportunity of the day. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always...
And he intercepts it. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Horned
coverage by the defense. First, the defender able to get his hand on the ball and tip that up into the air. It lands right into his buddy's hands. He has the convoy, and it is off to the races.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Looking to throw, it's Garbers. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
Listen, nice completion, short game. Now you get to third down. Third down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on third down, I still got that fourth down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Bruins headed quickly to the line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of...
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Fires to the tight end. Stop. The tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
Yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And, man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Still on his feet at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Gonna let it fly. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Here comes the offense on second down. Here we go. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Horned Frogs will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the offense on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, UCLA.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Feeling some heat. Going to try to get it himself. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the 1st down, keep this drive rolling.
You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. Well, guys, bowl season is here. Always fun to get these non-traditional matchups that you don't see regularly. What do you guys remember about playing in a bowl?
I think you remember all the moments throughout the season, throughout your career, and it's the last time that you ever get.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get ready.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play. And the Bruins want to pick up the tempo. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Coming after him. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
Wants to throw. It's Garbers. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that ball is picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 20. And he he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UCLA will go back to work on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Here's the handoff. Shows him the stiff arm. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
That's a nice-looking run. That reminds me of Jonathan Franklin, Maurice Jones-Drew, Zach Charbonnet. In recent years, they've had a lot of ability at the running back position.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job.
Can anyone catch him? And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. The Bruins want to crank the tempo.
I love this running back and the job he does once he has the ball in his hands on this screen pass. He was real patient. You got to allow these 300-pound offensive linemen to sort of collect themselves and stammer down the field and try to block some of these linebackers and DBs, and that's exactly what the running back.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Fast motion from the offense. To the air, it's Garbers. Makes the grab on the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
On third down, going up top. And here's the third interception of the night. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You know, you play defense for a reason. A lot of wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
With jet sweep pass. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Makes the grab. It's Richardson. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Horned Frogs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some touchdown. The quarterback sneak pays off as he gets it across the goal line. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And they finish the deal with the quarterback sneak. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Just 9 seconds to play here in the half. Let's see if they come out guns a-blazing. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in San Antonio as we say hello from our broadcast studios.
Got things teed up and just about ready to go here in the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. And while that first half certainly wasn't what they had in mind, maybe a big comeback is in the offing here in bowl season.
And I think that's a nice way of saying they were awful in the first half. They were terrible. Bowl games, you wonder about motivation. One thing I know,
they've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
man, that's a big mistake. And listen, I'm still going to force feed my playmakers. If I'm that quarterback, I'm that OC, I'm walking over to that guy and be like, listen, it's okay. It's a little bit of a mistake. We're still going to find ways to get you the rock. You're too important to this team not to give you the football.
Going to run it. It's Cook. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Getting some heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
He makes the connection, and he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They'll send out the kicker here. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stem, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Pocket starts to collapse. And this is going to be incomplete on third down. And the Bruins send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dan.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air. It's Hoover. Looking left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
Man, he looks like he's in a rhythm on this drive, right? 3 for 3. He's going where he needs to go with the football. The defense doesn't have any answers for him. Find the offensive coordinator. I'm letting this guy keep chucking it down here close to the goal line.
Touchdown, TCU! And the beatdown has ensued.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
The gift to the back. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Bruins decide to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The offense set for a first down play. Let's go. Power football with the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Got his man. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. First down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is
touchdown, Horned Frogs! And the punishment has been extended. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Martin back to pass. He'll pull it down. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Fires to the right. Wide open downfield. Open runway ahead. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bruins!
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
And the extra point was good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Pass to 45. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. He's gonna pass. He's right on target. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Horned Frogs will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Hoover. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Smashes it between the uprights. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. He'll come out throwing on first down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8. Off play action. And the offense back on top of it. That's going to be a safety, but trust me, that could have been much, much worse. After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
I won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. And I tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving on it.
We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Line getting set on 2nd down. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David.
Oh, he wants it all. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
Back to throw, it's Hoover. He'll take another shot here. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And the defense gets the big 3rd down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on 4th down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. Like, these are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow.
He's looking deep. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement, the epilogue, the finishing touch.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile in.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know